The atmosphere here in the Stade Velodrome in Marseille as Olympique Marseille in the white and blue come out to face AC Milan, one of the great club sides of the world. And there is a good atmosphere to welcome this Marseille lineup with Pascal Olmeta, Manuel Amoros, Jocelyn Anglomar, Carlos Moser, Basile Boli, Didier Deschamps, Bernard Cassoni, Trevor Steven, Jean-Philippe Durand, Chris Waddle and Jean-Pierre Papin. Famous names all, and they will want to win. Always good to put one over a side as good as AC Milan. And the exchanging of the pennants before the kick-off, featuring the wonderful defender Franco Baresi, who is the captain of Milan this evening, as he always seems to be, and Jean-Pierre Papin there. This will evoke many a memory for him. They are two of the great exponents of the game. Milan will line up with Francesco Antonioli, Alessandro Costacurta, Enzo Gambaro, Filippo Galli, Dimitri Albertini, Aldo Serena, Diego Fuser, Franco Baresi, Alberigo Ivani, Franco Rijkaard and Daniele Massaro. One of the most famous club badges in the world, the crest of AC Milan. It's a fine evening, so termed a friendly fixture, but victory would be sweet for whichever of these sides can manage it. And it is Marseille who get the game off and running. And starting from deep, the ball is moved out here to this dominant figure of Basile Boli. It's knocked back by Baresi to Antonioli. So much experience, particularly in the Milan lineup. They resisted the temptation to throw in youngsters for this one, so there is some prestige about the fixture. Olmeta just rolling the ball out for Moser. And then Cassoni. Stepping up quickly was Costacurta. And the ball is moved to that right-hand side. Although I've mentioned already on a couple of occasions a friendly fixture, don't expect this one to be anything of a party. Picked up in midfield by Albertini, who's enjoyed an excellent season. Waddle drifting in field and then finding Trevor Steven, his fellow Englishman. Moser out to that right-hand side to Didier Deschamps, this busy, scurrying little midfielder. To the wide position for Trevor Steven, and a decent ball in here as well, and the first roar from the crowd in anticipation there. It was a decent ball that was played in there by Trevor Steven. Papin carrying the attack to AC Milan in these early moments of the game. And the one who will take the corner will be Chris Waddle, England international. He's got two good feet, he can drift them in from either side. He opts to try and play this one in close to the goalkeeper, might just be too long, and in fact goes out of play for a goal kick. I do know that Chris Waddle has enjoyed his time playing in France. Product of the famous Newcastle United club in England, Chris Waddle. Antonioli's long clearance, he's taken over the goalkeeping gloves from Rossi for this one. Trying to win the ball over there was Diego Fuser, and there's a bit of space down that right-hand side if the ball is kept in play, and it's rolled back towards Fuser and all the way back to goalkeeper Olmeta. Pascal Olmeta there, he's not one of those flamboyant goalkeepers, he just does his job calmly, efficiently, and hopefully from his coach's point of view, without needing too many theatricals. Good big crowd in the Stade Velodrome as Anglomar comes over to take the throw-in. I can see Anglomar wearing number 2. Tonight he's wearing number 3. He's nudged to the edge of that area. Anglomar now trying to get the better here of Ivani. is Alberigo Ivani leaving the throw-in. And off we go again. The ball rolled out to Filippo Galli. Easy interception this time for Marseille, who've not as yet managed to get Papin into any decent positions. Fouzer can't control it. And, Olympique Marseille will have the throw-in. They would lay claim to being the best club in France right now. There have been some decent teams over the years. One remembers the Saint-Etienne side of the 70s in France. Going even further back, Stade Reims, Paris Saint-Germain, of course, they've had their stars. Here goes Chris Waddle now, and he'll check and he'll try and turn and he'll try and get a shot in. Here is Waddle, and a goal for Olympique Marseille. Unless the flag is raised, it is, and rightly so too. The initial reaction was that it had to be offside, so despite the fact that the ball was put in by Duran, the flag was raised and it's still 0-0. But skillful play from Chris Waddle there. If it had gone in directly from him, it would have been a goal. But as Duran tucked it over the line, he was clearly in an offside position. Great skill from Waddle here, right and left, and a right-footed shot. I think he was going for goal. Duran was offside. Correct verdict. You just got a glimpse there of Raymond Goethals, the veteran coach of Olympique Marseille. Whoops, straight off the back of the referee's head. Although the move is continued by Marseille until Costa Curta intervenes. Then Fouzer. Costa Curta having to test his speed, and he does very well. Oh, in fact, he's done exceptionally well, but the whistle had sounded. A free kick against Costa Curta. Potentially threatening position here to the Milan goal. Waddle wanting to take it, hammers it in hard, not high enough. Papin drags the shot across. Goal. Not even Papin could make the breakthrough. Still 0-0. I'm sure the crowd are hoping for a goal feast. But Messrs Goethals and Capello probably not so. It's not good for the heart. Antonioli just touching the ball out for Baresi, who has to go down as one of the all-time great defenders. Baresi, Massaro and the charge, and he can't get to this one in time, so the throw will be taken by Ivani. Albertini. That might just be a foul against Anglomar. Charged with the responsibility of sweeping this one across, but if you counted the number of white shirts in your picture there are far more white shirts than red shirts, and that was typified by the bit of defending that we saw from Basile Boli. On Papin's recall, Milan are one of the hardest sides in the world to play against because of this blanket defence they throw up in front of the opposition. And they are quick at retracing their steps. There's no win for Gambaro. A little ball from Deschamps. It's no good. So it's Rijkaard for Milan. Then Albertini. Well blocked off, however. Alessandro Costa Curta, known by the way as Billy, is playing on the right side of defence in this one, a regular centre-back too, so he's a very useful man to have around for Fabio Capello. Now it's Basile Boli. Played most of his club football in France. Forward this time by Cassoni. Baresi, as always, you know, will be there. Nothing gets past him. They're trying again now with an avenue down the left. For once it wasn't Baresi, it was Galli in the way on that occasion. Now it will be Fouzer. He has good pace, as he shows on. He was just caught from behind, surely a free kick. I think he was almost clipped unintentionally, and he tried to stay on his feet, to his credit, but he was touched. And a free kick here for Milan. Just a stumble by Fouzer, but good enough to convince the referee that it is a free kick for Milan, who have 6 in your picture. There's a 2-man wall formed, although I'm not sure what good they can do there. The ball will inevitably get over the top of them. It is clutched by Pascal Olmeta without any fuss. Papin was dying lead, but was lying deep. Slower build-up favoured on this occasion. It's now hit longer by Carlos Moser. Far too long, and a gift, in fact, to Antonioli. Now it will be Baresi, wearing the captain's armband. Might yet get through to Fouzer, who is in an onside position, covered as he is by Amoros. Cassoni, one of those players that you don't see a great deal of during the match, but he's a player's player. And he now does hit the longer ball. It's not a bad one either for Waddle. It's Chris Waddle in here. What a good chance it was, created really by Waddle's own speed and awareness. He took the ball beyond the defender. Good awareness too, though, from Antonioli in coming out to counter him. But the best moments of this game have centred around Chris Waddle so far. The one shot he had, which was put into the net by Duran from an offside position, and then there with a tremendous ball from Cassoni, and Waddle was through, and it required a good intervention and a timely one from Francesco Antonioli. Now it will be Baresi. Here it is again, Waddle. You see how he gets beyond Baresi there. Not even one of the world's great defenders could stop him. Jothan Anglemar has the appearance of being languid, but he covers the ground pretty niftily. Olmeta simply rolls the ball out for Moser. He has that great raking pass of his, but I think it'll go all the way out. Making sure it did was Costa Curta. Waddle was the target once more. Waddle is taking up excellent positions alongside Papin and has been more dangerous than Papin so far. And Olmeta has been more troubled by back passes than anything. Moser. Now Borley. Deschamps, he could lose it in a dangerous area there, hustled as he was by Serena. Cassoni. That looked like a handball, and the referee saw it as a handball too. Trevor Stephen had just flicked the ball through. Costa Curta's hand flicked out and touched the ball. So away goes Amoros. Tries to get beyond Albertini. Good, skillful attacking play from Amoros. And it's a deep ball in too. Even Basil Bowley had got up there hurriedly, but it didn't get to him. And Moser, the one who had stayed back. Tremendous energy showed there by Manuel Amoros, though. Papin, the one who links things up for Olympique Marseille. Waddle. That's shimmy, you know. The crowd love that. They love the flamboyance of the Englishman. They don't love the fact he's lost the ball, mind you, or that he's stayed down hurt. Yeah, he's back up again and racing forward, and this is Waddle, and there's a man across the centre here. Papin, it was just beyond his reach. Well, it proved that Waddle looked as though he was going to stay down injured, and about 1.5 seconds later he was back on his feet and tearing at the Milan defence. But the ball was laid just too far ahead of Jean-Pierre Papin for him to finish off what would have been a popular goal. Waddle will trot across to take the corner kick. But he's a gifted player. The crowd loved it when he did those little feints a moment or two ago. He then lost the ball, which is sort of the penalty you pay sometimes with that sort of a player. Waddle's signal, punched by Antonioli. Stayed in play, or did it not? Chris Waddle's French has improved immeasurably. Certainly making the linesman laugh. Trevor Stephen, formerly of Everton, of course, in England. Cassani just looking for somebody to support him really here. Free kick Marseille. It's a sort of a thoughtful game in many ways. Players taking their time, and then the injection of pace comes from the likes of Waddle at the one end in particular. We've seen little of AC Milan as an attacking force as yet. Cassani clips it forward. Papin using the angles of the field, and it's now drilled across in here. There's beyond Papin, but to Anglomar. There's a touch on the hand, I fancy, of Jocelyn Anglomar there, hence the free kick for Milan. The free kick's been awarded Marseille's way. And it looks as though it was against Evani. So what can Trevor Stephen conjure up here for Marseille? It would be nice to see a goal or two. Stephen it is. It's a swinger away from Antonioli. And away it goes for the corner kick. Bolly will be up for this one. Papin not the tallest, of course, so don't expect him to win too much in the air. And Carlos Moser too. He will arrive. It'll be down to Waddle to plant it onto the head of one of those in a white shirt, hopefully, from Marseille's point of view. And here it comes now. And funnily enough, Papin is one of those up there for it. Stephen, who could catch them out here, but not Milan, not to be caught. Well, the linesman has been quite influential with that flag. There's been a number of offside decisions. Rijkaard, a fabled Dutchman, who joined Milan along with Ruud Gullit, of course. Oh, the terrible back pass he'd played. That was far too relaxed. Forward by Gambaro. We've seen little of this man Massaro yet. Moser. Good technique, Moser. Anglomar too. This is Jocelyn Anglomar. Tall, well-built man. Didier Deschamps, anything but tall. And a sweeping ball across there. And it's too far for Waddle. And Costa Curti will thread it forward towards Albertini. Good intervention, Cassani. Can they find a goal, Marseille, to really lift the spirits of this crowd? And look again how many red shirts were back there covering. Cassani had got 30 or 40 yards forward and then found himself confronted by a sea of red and black. But AC Milan in attack have done absolutely nothing so far, and Olmeta has been a spectator along with the rest. Cassoni has had as much of the ball as anyone and has used it well so far. Bolly. He just loves to get into the other half of the field. I'm sure he's a frustrated centre-forward. Deschamps is caught from behind by the tackle of Albertini. Not sure if the referee's going to be taking too many names on a night like this when it's billed as a friendly fixture. But clearly a foul there by Albertini on Deschamps. And a free kick for Olympique Marseille, which Trevor Steven comes to take. Ticking off Dimitri Albertini, but a friendly ticking off. I know referees hate to have to book or send off players in friendly fixtures. Now Chris Waddle's come over, and I think he's claiming superiority over Steven here, or seniority, and it will be Waddle. Left-footed, he can hit them, he can bend them. Can he bend it around this wall? Oh, I think he was caught in two minds, funnily enough, there. Saw Papin make a run, and it changed his mind at the last second. If there has been a disappointment about the match, it is that Milan have not been able to contest it as an attacking force at all. I've hardly seen Aldo Serena, hardly seen Daniele Massaro, but they do have a free kick here. Now Marseille's free kicks haven't been too impressive so far. Let's see what Milan can do via the boot of Albertini here. And even Baresi will be forward for this one. Well, I'm afraid that's not going to produce anything tangible. Swain is having a little moan to the referee, and Basil Bol is having a little laugh. Amoros. Trying to lift the ball over the top here for Papin, and he's well covered on this occasion by Galli. Now it will be Rijkaard. Tall, imposing figure in the centre of midfield for Milan, but nothing imposing about the pass. Milan have found no rhythm whatsoever in the match. And there have been far too many offside decisions as well for the fluency of it. Bolly. And we've said it countless times over the years, when a game needs a goal, and this one does. Exhibition stuff at times, and Waddle turns on an exhibition there, and a good little ball he's played too to Duran. Duran, who had that goal disallowed from a Waddle shot, which he just touched in over the line. Now it's Waddle. Trouble is, when Waddle does lose the ball, Milan are given chances of getting forward, but this time he's up along the right shoulder. Here is Waddle now. He'll play it wide to his left to Deschamps. It's played into the centre. Down goes Deschamps, and the referee is going to award the free kick here for the foul on Didier Deschamps. The foul was by Diego Fuser. A rueful look on the face of Deschamps, but a free kick in a decent position here. Marseille there, they lost the ball through Chris Waddle, but won it back so sharply that Milan were put on the back foot. Now they should be moving 10 yards away. This is the distinctive way of celebrating Olympique Marseille. Those in the blue and white. Well, you would think it was a Champions League fixture, the way Milan have pulled everybody back inside their own penalty area to defend against this free kick. 6 in the colours of Marseille in there. It only gets back as far as Waddle. He'll attempt to keep the move going, but all impetus has been lost. Certainly has now. Deschamps, the only one who was left back, having won the free kick himself. Sends a stylish ball across in the direction of Anglomar, but it is well covered by Ivani. Anglomar try and drive in from this position. We've got Deschamps up there too. There's no offside decision, but the ball is over the top of the crossbar. There was an offside decision ultimately, so it would not have counted, which is a shame. But one of the better moves we've seen from Olympique Marseille. But they're just not able to finish things off at the moment, and Anglomar was central to this. Over the top. And it's 0-0 here between Olympique Marseille and AC Milan. We've reached the halfway point. Goals to come, let's hope so. So no breakthrough as yet, but every time Waddle's on the ball, you sense something is about to happen. They just can't get to him. Costa Curta decides to leave him alone and let him do his own thing here. But if there's one player the crowd have enjoyed this evening, it has been Chris Waddle. So Stephen entering the move, and Waddle's keen for the ball, that's for sure. Galli able to turn, and then finding Baresi ahead of him. He's just kept in by Fouzer. I'm sure this game would change in complexion once a goal does go in. Boli, such a popular player here, Basile Boli. Always has time for the supporters. And the referee will have time to blow the whistle, I think, here for a free kick. Awarded against Ancelotti, who's on as a second-half substitute. A lack of control, strangely, there, but it's worked out to Marseille's advantage, and to Waddle here. Clever, delicate ball flicked in there in the general direction of Papin. Quite get through, but was close to doing so. A throw-in done by Amoros. Marseille have enjoyed the greatest share of attacking options in the match, without being able to force the issue yet. Moselle. Then Boli, he's getting further and further forward. He's like a frustrated attacker, and look where he is now. He's turning up in the outside right position. It's Anglemar's ball in, and it's goal number 1 of the night. And Olympique Marseille have looked to their talisman, Jean-Pierre Papin, for their goal, and he's provided it for them. And look at the jubilation on the faces of the fans. And they swing their pom-poms. Olympique Marseille lead AC Milan and Jean-Pierre Papin. It was a lovely move, and it featured Basile Boli to a great extent. There he's looked, number 4, and the fact that he's drifted out to the right has created some space. Anglemar's popped it through. Papin has broken the offside trap, and the ball is in the net. Marseille deserve their lead. And that might just bring the Milanese out of their den. Did need that goal, and it was a good goal too, and it was typical Papin. Catoni. He's caught the eye on a number of occasions. Amoros. Waddle backtracking to receive it in the sort of a left back position, and then to flight across in, which is easily covered. The pace of the game is picking up, and rather disappointingly, an offside decision will be awarded here against Anglomar. Well, typical of a friendly fixture, a number of substitutions being made, and here comes Tassotti. Not often he doesn't start a game, Mauro Tassotti, a sort of legendary fullback. Great servant to AC Milan over the years. Ancelotti was chipping the ball forward there. Also diving in as well for a tackle. Not often Deschamps the one in the offside position. He was that time. So Tassotti, and then moving it along the line, Galli to Baresi. Baresi the longer ball, and it might be quite a piercing ball as well. Anglemar had to cover it. That was one of the better moments from Milan so far, the Baresi pass. Fauzer also trying to get in, then Rijkaard will pick it up. Fauzer's foul, free kick for Milan, taken by Tassotti, will be down the right as well, but Rijkaard can't re-find him. Tenacity about Didier Deschamps' game, friendly though it may be. Olympique Marseille leading AC Milan, two of the great names of European football right now. But Milan have always been at the forefront of the Italian game, along with their city rivals Internazionale and Juventus, Roma, Lazio, great names, which is why Serie A is so hotly contested every year. Nobody really dominant in French football in recent years. So the corner will be taken by Alberigo Ivani. It's a near post one and dangerously across there, and the save had to be made by Olmeta, and that's the closest Milan have come for sure. Olmeta beat away the effort from no more than 3 yards out. And Olympique Marseille have managed to protect their advantage. But Milan is certainly coming more into the game after that goal from Papin. Moser clears a dangerous looking ball initially there from Baresi. Tassotti. The longer ball over the top. Offside. Oh, not offside, and a terrible mistake, and surely he's got to be punished. No, I couldn't believe that the whistle hadn't sounded. Well, it's a very confusing situation. I think the goalkeeper might just have handled the ball outside his area. I think everybody had stopped expecting a whistle for offside, and then when there was none, Olmeta got himself in a real old dither. Well, that was a very, very curious scenario. Looks like Milan are going to get a free kick here eventually. The ball has been planted on the ground by Massaro. The referee's having to explain his actions in French, in Italian, any language he chooses. And it's a lengthy explanation too. Now then, let's have a look. Did the goalkeeper handle outside the area? There was no offside flag there. Everybody stopped as though there had been look. Massaro certainly stopped, and then the goalkeeper made a dreadful hash of it. And yeah, of course he has his handle the ball way outside his area and should really be booked for that. Except to say it is a friendly again. And of course if the ball had been put into the net, then it wouldn't have counted because the whistle had sounded for the free kick. But Olmeta got himself into a bit of a tizzy. Ancelotti's organising the free kick here. I think Rijkaard fancies a dip at this one. Baresi too involved in the discussions. Serrani and Tassotti risked their manhood by taking places in that wall, in which most of the Marseille players are featured. There's a little gap in there, which might just be disconcerting to Olmeta if the strike is good. It looks like being Rijkaard. It is. Where will it drop? To Marseille's advantage. Back across by Fauzer. Still the danger not quite away. And Waddle has helped the situation. It's going to come back again with Tassotti. He's not exactly a dribbler, so he can't find a way in. And Marseille come on a break. The ball stabbed forward there. And Raymond Goethals. Rijkaard. There's a nice ball onto Tassotti's head. Tassotti playing much further forward than we're used to seeing him. Moser. Galli was in very quickly. Then Deschamps. Waddle. Spin on the ball. Offside decision. Offside against Franck Sauzet, who also came on at half-time as a substitute. I think he changed his mind where to pass the ball there. In the end, he did find his own man, and Stephen, but the push on Anglemar here will result in another free kick. We've had plenty of free kicks. The referee's not let much go. Stephen and Waddle have really settled into French football very well. The likes of Mark Haitley and Ray Wilkins. Milan's free kick on this occasion, straight back to Antonioli, out from him, first time, picked up by Tassotti here. That excellent Roman nose. Couldn't be anything else, could it? Fouzer. Well, he does get the better of Amoros just momentarily. We won't be happy about this. The linesman said the throw-in is for the home side. A few youngsters down there. Showing a little bit of derision. Amoros with the throw. Capella's been particularly quiet tonight. There he is. Well, I'm saying quiet. He's having a bit to say, but not in his usual animated fashion. No, he obviously did hear me. Turning it on for the cameras. Baresi. Rather haplessly stabbed straight to Waddle, and then Papin. They can move forward from here. And Deschamps is at the forefront of the move along with Waddle. They panic a little bit when Waddle runs at them. They're not quite sure what he's going to do. Sometimes he's not sure either, but he's still made good ground, and now he's on the deck. Galli hits it long. There's a chase on here, and Milan have a potential position of threat. It was 2-on-2, and the referee's going to award a free kick for AC Milan. And he's got the yellow card out as well. So Stephen with a bit to say to the referee, who hasn't been keen to show cards in this match at all. And that was a 2-on-2 situation there, which looked pretty harmless, to be fair. But the referee has got that yellow card out. And he's scribbling the name frantically. Ancelotti just told to wait before taking the free kick. It's 30 yards from goal. Gertl stomping up and down the touchline. He's almost a figure of fun at times, theatrical. And somebody's lobbed half a sandwich onto the pitch as well. Baresi always gets involved in the think tank at free kicks, even though he probably won't be taking this one. Rijkaard's had one good thump. Ancelotti is the number 14 who moves away now, and here it comes straight into the arms of goalkeeper Olympique from Diego Fouzer. There's no real venom about the free kicks from Milan in this game so far. Baresi rarely wastes a pass. This one is a longer one. The referee has again blown the whistle. Some of the players are getting a bit frustrated with this official. Moser. Well, that wasn't the best either, almost putting his own side under pressure. And they're still under pressure here. And, Deschamps can do no more than reverse the ball to Olmeta. At least we've had a goal in this half, and a very good goal it was too, scored by Jean-Pierre Papin after good play from Basil Boli in particular. And Anglemar, who made the cross. Another free kick. And most of them seem to be going Milan's way right now. Ancelotti, a cultured midfield player. Not a cultured pass, however, that time. And they go for the longer option. It's found Waddle. Beyond Galley and straight out. That's the frustration of Chris Waddle. Sometimes very good, sometimes very bad. When he does things like that, that's when it frustrates. A shake of the head from Waddle. He knew that he got it all wrong. And Ancelotti got it all wrong as well. And Papin will race on. Baresi couldn't get to him. Just a couple of mistakes made there. And Marseille have an attacking position to try and exploit. Never been a great deal of pace to the game, but you don't expect that in this sort of match. Rijkaard. Tassotti. This might be useful, but it's cut out for the moment. Strength shown in the fullback position by Enzo Gambaro, one of the lesser-known Milan players. Unlike this fella Tassotti, curls in a delicious ball, but it's gone all the way through yet again to the Brazilian Moser. He'll take his time. No point in hurrying. I think that's the feeling in this game. There's little forays occasionally. Olmeta, who's made one decent save in this half and then got himself into a spot of bother outside his own penalty area once, but otherwise hasn't been over troubled by this Milan attack of Massaro and Serena. Basil Boli back and covering again. Well, the scoreline will please the Marseille fans. Maybe they'd like just a little more action in the goal mouth at the other end of the field, though. Sauzet. Played back by Stephen, who will occupy that position on the right touchline and find Sauzet again. And Sauzet's made decent progress down here, but Baresi reads the game magnificently as a cross and covering. Well, it's like a training ground routine at times. Players just sort of trying to find their touch on the ball to perfect their skills. But so far in this game, it's been in the final third that we've had our disappointments, and so we've just had the one goal to show so far from Papin. Maybe another, not to be. Marseille have been in charge of this game basically from the word go, and Chris Waddle's coming off now. Can they find another goal though to cement their position in this match, or can the Italian side come back and at least get a draw? I think Chris Waddle's a little bit dejected there. Certainly started the game very, very well, but he's taking the walk to the dressing room. And Diego Fuser is about to take a free kick for Milan. But there's not another Milan player in your picture. Hopefully someone will arrive. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Marseille players, and now they do have men in there, but there's a decent punch out from Olmeta. In fact, it was a very, very good punch to release Papin. Papin against Baresi, still Papin, all brought down, penalty kick, surely. And a handshake between Papin and Baresi, and not a penalty kick, so one can assume that Papin took a bit of a dive. Well, from this angle, it looked as though it was a Stonewall penalty. But the reaction of the Frenchman tells you that it wasn't. And Baresi shook his hand. The referee wasn't fooled. I think the crowd would have liked another goal, albeit with a penalty kick. Deschamps. Bolly to the wide position. Didn't get as far as Anglemar, so Bolly's only taking a throw-in. Steven. Now Bernard Cassoni. They just have been content to stroke this ball around, retain possession for long periods, try and hit in short little bursts, and take free kicks like they'll take here for this one. Foul by Tassotti this time. Very quick delivery out there. That was good play, good thinking. Anglemar is in here, and it's covered by Baresi. And Ivani. Ivani very left-footed and tries to squeeze a ball over the top of Soze, but it didn't have enough loft on it. But there is a free kick for Milan. Still a goal adrift. I swear that ball was moving when the free kick was taken, but it doesn't matter. Not on a night like this. Ancelotti chooses the shorter pass. Stroked forward by Gambaro. Looked as though he might have been in the offside position there, and he was. Bolly, tickle on to Anglemar, then he'll take it again and he'll just reverse it to his goalkeeper. Safety first measures from Olympique Marseille, who have this one goal advantage, an early goal in the second half from Papin. It's already with the other goalkeeper, Antonioli. Not seeing any of the famous Franck Sauzet shooting power as yet this evening. But we have seen plenty of this man, Didier Deschamps, taking the game to the opposition, pulls it back into the area where he knows there will be a white shirt. Again, it's Deschamps, and well, the crowd might just get a little bit restless if they keep doing this. Back all the way to Olmeta, and that was a decent attacking position they had at one stage there. Squandered. Deschamps' foot a little too high against Fouzer for the liking of our referee tonight. Papin there has got the one goal, and I thought he'd won them a penalty kick as well, but he fooled me. He didn't fool the referee. So he's been one of the better players on view. Always tried to do something with the ball. 2 against 2, and it's the Italians who come out with the ball. It was Galli, that was Ancelotti, this is Fouzer. Throw-in for AC Milan. We're not far away from the final whistle, but Ancelotti's got a ball in here, and diving header away by Bolly. Corner, however, for AC Milan in these closing phases. I suppose they'd consider a 1-1 draw very acceptable now. Capello just goes out of your shot as the corner is taken. It was a good corner kick as well from Ivani, and the header wasn't bad either, and a leaping intervention by Olmeta to keep Marseille ahead. Well, one of the more thrilling moments of the game, and Olmeta producing a stupendous save at just the right moment. Milan showing eagerness. It's the best save Olmeta's made, that's for sure. Ancelotti. Massaro for Rijkaard. Might try and get at least another corner out of this situation. Rijkaard threads his way through, though. Good play from Frank Rijkaard, but he can't finish it. The angle too acute. And a goal kick. Olympique Marseille are close to a victory. It would be more precious if it was in a Champions League encounter, but they'll still settle for it. Beating AC Milan at any time is a feather in the cap. And Marseille have won their victory. They have beaten AC Milan, I think. Well, no, play goes on. I thought that was the final whistle. It was somebody rather enthusiastic in the crowd, I fancy. A little premature. Amoros. Ancelotti beats him away. But this time the referee does raise his arm, and it is a victory for Olympique Marseille. A single goal from Jean-Pierre Papin. How suitable is that? And the final scoreline here in the Stade Velodrome is Olympique Marseille 1, AC Milan 0.